I'm still able to control myself. Oh yeah, the moment I see your panties, I will just completely lose control.
へえ、そうなんだ。そんな風に強がるんだ。
Yeah, I'm a big, strong man. I don't get seduced by panties alone. You gotta do better than that, Akane.
じゃあさ。
After dinner, I told Akane what Inori had said, and we waited in my room. Akane was glued to my side as usual, her head on my shoulder.
やっぱりショーのそばは落ち着くな。
I do have a comfortable shoulder, don't I?
こうしてショーにくっついてると、なんか力が湧いてくるよ。
That's because you're sucking away all the power out of me. I feel so weak. What's that mean? Am I some kind of power spot?
本当だってば、ショーのそばから離れると、こう、なんか力が抜けたような感じになるの。
Really? Like you're tired out?
そうかも。だって、そばにいるとこんなに幸せなんだもん。
Well, holding you makes me feel good too. For different reasons though. When I squeezed Akane, she scrunched up her neck like it tickled her.
でも、祈りの話ってなんだろう。ショーは聞いてないの？
Nope, no idea. All I know is that it's got something to do with us. The look I had seen on Inori's face made me nervous. I hoped it was nothing too bad. What about you? Do you have any guesses?
私もわからないや。
Yeah, I guess you wouldn't. While we were both racking our brains, there was a knock at the door. Come on in.
失礼します。
When she came in, there was a strange aura about her. She sat without a word, and her expression was so hard I was thrown off. So, what did you want to talk about? She seemed reluctant to start, so I decided to kick it off. She looked unsure, but spoke
以
anyway.
前に、茜さんが人力を失ったことがありましたよね。それに関するお話です。
Yeah? Of course. Have you found something?
そうです。あれからやはり気になって、個人的にいろいろと調べたんです。
Okay.
単刀直入に言わせていただきます。茜さんはもう一度人力を失う可能性があります。
Wait, really?
だってあれはもう解決して。
Is it because of me, right? She got her power back because of me now, but is it only because of the feelings that she, you know, she's in love with me? But the thing about love, it's not necessarily it's not that it fades over time or fades over the years, but it just sort of turns into a different feeling, right? You're not necessarily like the feelings you have when you're in love with someone at the beginning of the relationship is just very different to 2 years, 3 years, 4 years in a relationship, for example. So maybe that energy or that love right now, that's giving her her powers back, but it's only temporary?
まだ終わってません。茜さんが人力を失ったのは神様としてのバランスが崩れたからだったんです。
What could that mean?
人力を失ったのは茜さんが荒神らしくない行動、他者のために人力を無理やりに制御しようとしたからです。
Wait a moment. If controlling her power means losing it, what's the point of rehabilitation exactly? Like, she's trying to stop being an Aragami, right? But her not being an Aragami means she loses her Jinriki? That's like so counterproductive. How? What? If rehabilitation meant losing her Jinriki, it was defeating the purpose.
構成そのものは直接的な原因ではありません。それは他の荒神が構成している点からも証明されています。
The issue seems to be me? Am I the problem? Inori looked steadily at me. Wait! It's my fault?
翔さんのせいというよりも、他者のために人力を制御しようとしていた茜さんの気持ちが翔さんを好きになったことで決定的になったんです。
So you're saying you're against this relationship? Is that it, Inori? Do you just want me for yourself? You have to wait till you're out, okay?
つまりどういうこと？
今までの構成は茜さんが妖怪になりたくないから自分のために構成しようとしていました。
Uh-huh. And now that she's doing it for someone else or other people?
ですが今は自分以外の人のために構成しようとしています。
But does that matter? As long as she's working on her rehabilitation, does her motivation for doing it really matter?
この自分以外の人のためにという部分が荒神としてのあり方とは真逆なんです。
Yeah, but... Well, I still don't understand. They want her not to be an Aragami, right? So, this should be a good thing. She's not acting like an Aragami anymore, which is sort of what they wanted.
そのせいで茜さんが荒神として自分のあり方を疑問に思ってしまった。それが原因なんです。
But once again, that should be a good thing, right? If the end goal is that she doesn't act or isn't an Aragami anymore. So she's sort of having an inner crisis, right? She's sort of, oh, I'm always an Aragami, but now she's starting to act not like an Aragami. And she's questioning like, oh, what am I or whatever. But the path that she's leading towards is a good one, right? In other words, Akane was denying what she really was. The thing is, what I'm really confused about is that they're making it sound like Aragami is just something you're born as that's something you can hardly really change. But I thought it was just something like, you know, like just being something like I don't know, like being a bad boy or being in a gang or being in a freaking a criminal or whatever. But just sort of that it's more of a I thought it was more like a behavior or a lifestyle in a sense, rather than just something you're born as. But what is it exactly?
今はかろうじて安定しているようですが、いつ人力を失うかわかりません。
Okay.
この問題を放置し続ければ、最悪の場合、神様でなく妖怪になってしまう可能性もあります。
So what can we do against this? Like, I really don't know. I don't fucking understand this at all. Akane could become a spirit? Because we thought we were doing good things, right? We thought we were doing the things that was necessary for her to rehabilitate. But now it seems like with what we're doing, even though it felt good, it's having the opposite effect of what we wanted it to have. So all her hard work on rehab would be rendered meaningless?
それってどうにかできないの？
すみません。どうすれば完全に解決できるのかは私にもわかりません。
What the fuck?
ただ、荒神であることを否定しないでください。そうすれば、おそらく大丈夫だとは思います。
I really don't fucking understand this. Her Aragami nature is the thing that was causing problems in this area, right? And that's the thing you wanted to prevent by rehabilitating her. But now that she stopped acting like an Aragami or denying her Aragami nature, it's now causing herself to possibly lose her Jinriki and become a spirit. So it seems like either way she was fucked. If she was going to keep, true to her Aragami nature and cause these blackouts, cause problems to the people in this area, she would become a spirit too. And now when she's trying to go against her Aragami nature, she's also going to eventually turn into a spirit. There's no fucking winning here. Inori said, ignoring Akane's distress.
荒神であることを否定するなって。別に私は荒神であることを否定なんかしてないけど。
本当ですか？心のどこかでしこりがあるからこそ体調を崩したんですよ。
そりゃ昔よりは考え方も変わったけど、私の本質は変わってないよ。
Yeah, she's still Akane. It may be a different Akane, but it's still Akane.
それにさ、たとえそうだったとしても、今は私こうしてピンピンしてるじゃん。
That's because I was right. She's sucking the power, she's sucking the energy out of me. Akane was protesting, but looking at Inori's expression, I felt uneasy. I didn't want to even think about Akane becoming a spirit after all her hard work.
さっきも言いましたが、今はかろうじて安定しているだけです。
別に大丈夫じゃない。祈りは心配しすぎだよ。
I mean, as long as she keeps it in that balance point, technically she could live on forever without losing her Jinriki, right? Sure, it's probably hard, like any... I don't know, she said fragile, right? So any sort of thing could disrupt that balance. But is it instant that she loses it again? And can she come back to that? That's the thing, right? She lost her Jinriki at some point, but she got it back as well. So it seems like even if she unbalances a bit, she can eventually come back to that balance. So it just becomes a balancing act.
茜さん、私は茜さんのことをですね。
祈りが私のこと大事に思ってくれてるのはよくわかった。でもさ、せっかくこうして人に迷惑かけないようになったんだから、私はこのままでいたい。
Akane stared at Inori with no sign of bending. Like this whole thing about what Inori's bringing up just makes me think that it's all bullshit, and Inori's just jealous. Like what she's saying sounds so counterintuitive, right? She said that she doesn't want her to cause trouble, but now she's saying not to ignore her Aragami nature, which means that she's actually saying, Akane, you should still cause trouble around here. Like, what the fuck do you want? She wasn't pretending like she had when she lost her Jinriki. She was serious.
わかりました。茜さんがそう決めたのなら、私から強制するようなことは言いません。ですが、よく考えてくださいね。
はいはい、わかってますよ。
Akane waved Inori, who kept looking over her shoulder, out of the room, and we sat in silence. Hey, Akane.
あ、何?
Are you really okay? She had said she was fine, but I couldn't help being worried. I didn't know what was going on with her, but I couldn't just sit back and not do anything.
ショーも心配性だね。大丈夫。私だって好き好んで妖怪になんてなりたくないからね。
She looked her usual cheerful self, and her smile looked genuine, but I didn't feel better. Is there some other way?
祈りだって思いつかなかったんだから、私じゃとても考えつかないよ。
Like she said, if Inori, a true goddess, couldn't find a way, then I, as a mere human, had no chance. But I was so worried about Akane, I couldn't help trying.
そんなことより、せっかく二人でいるんだからいいことしようよ。
Booby licking time? Fun? What do you mean by that? She just entirely brushes it aside. Because Akane is a girl that lives in the moment, right? She's like, I'm feeling fine at the moment, everything is good at the moment, so let's get funky.
とっておきのこと。
Your boobs? Oh! Akane. Yep, that's something big, alright. That's definitely something big. Mm-hmm. Huge. Massive. Akane snuggled close to me and slowly started to raise her skirt. Oh, was she talking about something else? Hey,
ほ
what?
ら、ショー、遠慮しないでもっと見てよ。
I can take a peek. Alright, I'm peeking under her skirt. Little by little, she teasingly lifted her skirt so she was just barely hidden, showing just enough to fuel the imagination.
今日の下着は結構自信あるんだよ。
Oh god. Akane whispered tantalizingly into my ear. Dang, girl. She really wants to get it on tonight. She's like, you know what? This might not last forever. My eyes turned downward of their own accord.
私の大切な場所
Show
見
me.
てみる？
Show me the pantsu. She coaxed me, and I felt a lump rising in my throat. I'm not going to look! Put your skirt down!
ショーは見たくないの。
I do. I'm still able to control myself. Oh yeah, the moment I see your panties, I will just completely lose control.
へえ、 そうなんだ。そんな風に強がるんだ。
Yeah, I'm a big, strong man. I don't get seduced by panties alone. You gotta do better than that, Akane.
じゃあさ、こんな風にされても平気なの？
Ah! Akane stopped hiking up her skirt and started sliding her top down. Whoa, 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 whoa,
ほら、
whoa.
少しで胸元が全部見えるよ。ショーなら触ってもいいの？
God damn it, you teasing girl. She was a goddess, but her smile was devilish. Uh-huh. That is a naughty smile. That is a naughty smile of the devil, not a pure, innocent goddess smile. I'm not looking, and I think we should have a serious...
そんな硬い話は後回しにしよう。ねえ、今は私のこと見てよ。
Alright, I'm all eyes. My eyes are all over you. Akane was half undressed, her bra fully exposed. She took my arm and moved it in her cleavage.
ショーの腕、硬くて熱いよ。ほら、胸の中は柔らかくて気持ちいいでしょ。
Oh, girl. I feel like this is pretty strange to start doing this after having such a serious conversation with Inori, but Akane just doesn't seem to give a fuck at all. Or rather, well, she probably will give a fuck soon. My arm was surrounded by overwhelming softness, and a sensation ate away at my resistance. No, no! I'm still a big, strong man. Never mind.
ねえ、ショー、気持ちいい？
Oh man, her seduction powers are just too strong. Her breath on my neck, the heat of her on my shoulders, her enticing breasts, they all bore into my brain. Akane. I reflexively reached my hand for her breasts, and suddenly Akane's mouth relaxed. She jumped away.
冗談だよ、冗談。
God damn it!
我慢できるとは言っても、ショーも男の子だからね。こんな可愛い子を触りたくなるのも仕方のないことかな。
She was still only just playing me. Oh my god, you tease! Seeing her giggle and turn away from me like that awakened some competitive urge in me. You're right. And if you're going to be so forward, oh, Sho, just start undressing right now. Just get buck naked.
Huh?
I grabbed her shoulders and slowly pushed her down. Whoa, 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 we're going the aggressive route. Maybe I should be too.
ショー？目が本気だけど。
You didn't see this one coming, huh, Akane? Well, you were awfully persuasive just now. I think I'll enjoy every bit of you. I waved my hands in front of her eyes, and suddenly they filled with tears.
ごめん、もうしないから許して。
The fuck? She's crying now? God damn it, Sho, that's what you get for being too aggressive. You made her cry. The fuck? Akane scrambled away from me and hurriedly fixed her clothes. Maybe now you'll quit with all the teasing.
だって、ショーをからかうと面白いし。
It may be fun for you, but oh my god, for me, I'm like trying to be so strong. Her clothes restored, Akane pursed her lips at
い
me.
つか絶対ショーに勝つからね。
Sure, sure. I look forward to it. Why do we have to make a competition about this? Can't we just get it on? Can't we just have some naked fun? I patted her shoulder and smiled wryly. But thanks to her little prank, all my dark thoughts from before were gone. It was a few days after Inori had told us that Akane could lose her powers again. We went about our lives like it wasn't even a possibility. Uh-oh. Why do I have a feeling something bad is coming? So she could lose her powers and become a spirit. I was lying in bed thinking. Akane said she was okay, and was acting like she didn't worry at all. But I couldn't help being anxious. She can do what she likes as an Aragami, but still, deep in her heart was her worry that she might cause trouble with her Jinriki, and so she continued to have some doubts about her own true nature. At the very least, We should try finding a way to use her power that wouldn't cause blackouts. There's gotta be something. Ugh, a blackout? That was odd. Akane hadn't caused a blackout in a while. Could something have happened? I recalled what Inori had said. I'd better go find Akane, uh-oh.
Sho!
What happened, girl? I used my phone to light the way as I wandered the halls, and Akane came running up to me. She seems fine. Akane, are you okay?
私は平気だよ。
I don't think she caused this blackout. Really? You're not feeling sick like you did before?
全然。いつもと変わらないよ。
When I got close, I could see she was telling the truth. That's good. So this blackout wasn't caused by your Jinriki going berserk?
違うって。これは私の人力のせいじゃないよ。
So it must just be a regular old blackout. Oh god. Oh god. One thought came to mind, and that might be that Inori isn't exactly who we think she is. That's the only thing I can think of. Because her arguments for you know, just made no sense earlier. They made zero sense to me, and now suddenly a blackout is caused and it's not Akane? What? I had been worried something had happened to her to cause it, but luckily she was okay. But if she wasn't the cause, I was suddenly worried about the town itself. I'm going to go see if everything is alright. Will you wait here?
私も行くよ。街の様子が気になるのはショーだけじゃないんだから。
Clearly, Akane had the same idea as me. Okay, let's go. It's dark, so watch your step.
分かってるって。ショーこそ気をつけてね。
What the hell is going on? We left Tsubaki and walked the darkened streets of Kanagi. We noticed several things. This is pretty large scale, exactly. When Akane caused the blackouts, that tower in the back still was on. Now the lights are off there as well. No lights were on in any of the buildings we could see. This blackout was much more widespread than any of the ones Akane had caused. The traffic lights were out, so there could even be car accidents. Akane sensed my worry and took my hand anxiously. I squeezed back, hoping to reassure her. Let's head back to the apartments. Micah and Inori are probably worried too.
そうだね。
Kinda strange that we didn't check up on Micah and Inori before we left the apartments. I pulled Akane along, as she kept turning around to look. We made it back to the apartments. The heck is going on?
翔さん、茜さん。
She still looks normal and innocent, Inori. When we came into the living room, Inori came rushing up.
よかった。二人とも来ないので心配してたんですよ。
ほんとよ。まったくどこへ行ってたの？
Maybe it's just the bosses of Inori or something? Should have checked in before we left. We worried them both. That's what I told you, Sho. Sorry, we went out to check on the town.
街の様子を？どうだ？街中停電してて、すっごい大騒ぎだったよ。
We told them what we had seen.
街中で停電。まさかそこまで大ごとになっているなんて。
Micah and Inori were frowning at the news.
心配です。事故でもあったんでしょうか？
事故なのかな？
Good question.
そういうのじゃなくて、何か機械的なトラブルがあったんじゃない？
The three of them were talking closely, troubled looks on their faces. I figured we would get nowhere with all this heavy talk, so I opened my mouth. Things are a little chaotic right now, but I'm sure they'll get it sorted out soon. Before, it had taken a while for the power to come back because of Akane's Jinriki. But this time, since it was a natural occurrence, or so we assume it to be, I doubted it would take very long to fix it.
そうかな。
Yeah, it won't get too out of hand. I mean, we've had tons of blackouts, and it never got very bad. I said all this as lightly as possible, wanting to break the tension.
そうだね。悪いことばっかり考えてちゃダメだよね。
Right. We should just act like normal. I'm sure it'll come back on while we're just all sitting here talking. Or so we thought. 10 hours later.
戻らないね。
Akane's muttering filled the darkened room. It had been a while since the power went out, but there was no sign of it coming back on. In the light of the flashlight on the table, Akane and the others looked nervous. I'll see what I can find out. It really was taking a long time. I took out my phone and looked up the blackout in Kanagi. Let's see. I scanned the results. Currently, a widespread blackout is affecting the area around Kanagi town. The cause of the outage is currently under investigation, but there are no estimates on when power will return. So basically no one knew when they would get it fixed. I told the girls what I had found. Nothing basically.
じゃあ、もうしばらくこのままってこと？
このまま停電が続くとまずいわね。道路なんてめちゃくちゃになるわよ。
Yeah, but I don't think people are going to be stupid to like, oh, look, there's a blackout here. Let's fucking start driving our cars. You know, just stay put, I guess.
そうですね。都心部の機能麻痺は無視できないものになります。病院なども予備電力を設けているとはいえ、あまり長く続くようなら持たないかもしれません。ハンナギ町の皆さんに何もなければいいのですが。
The more we thought about it, the worse the problem seemed. Even though I'd seen the city myself, I never really thought a blackout was such a big deal. Couldn't we just sit by and let this go on?
ねえ、私にも何かできることってないのかな？
What do you mean, do the opposite? Before she was causing blackouts, right? But could she, when a blackout occurs, could she actually power the city with her own Jinriki? Is that a possibility? Akane said in a quiet but strong voice. Akane?
私の人力が役に立たないことは分かってる。でもさ、今までよくしてくれた人たちが困ってるの見過ごせないよ。私は荒神だけど神様なんだよ。だから何かできないのかな。
茜さん、その気持ちはよくわかります。ですが、私たちの人力でどうにかなるようなことではないんです。逆に下手なことをしてしまえば余計に騒ぎを混乱させることになるかもしれません。
But don't you think we should try something at least?
分かってるよ。分かってるけどさ。
I mean, to be fair, it's a blackout, right? It's not, honestly, not too big of a deal unless it lasts for a really, really long time. Akane clenched her fist in frustration at being so powerless, but the way it makes it seem like we're just being attacked by a fucking dragon or some shit, you know? Like it's really high tension when it's just, well, the lights are off. No, the candle! Oh, batteries? The flashlight flickered and went out, leaving the room in total darkness. It had been flickering for a while.
ちょっと替えの電池取ってくるわね。
It's dark. Be careful.
分かってるわよ。
While Micah was out getting batteries, Akane reached towards the flashlight.
せめて私の人力でこういう電池とか充電できればな。前の時は全然うまくいかなかったし。
True, remember when she tried to do that in the beginning with my phone? She pretty much fried it. Charge? Her words gave me an idea. Are we gonna try it? We had all thought that Akane's Jinriki could only cause power to go out. Here we go. But blackouts have a reason. Could it be that Akane caused blackouts not by blocking electricity, but by absorbing it? Hey, Akane, could you try using your Jinriki?
人力を？
何か考えがあるんですか？
I'm pretty sure she can do the opposite. Yeah, when we first met, Akane tried to use her Jinriki to charge my
で
phone.
もあの時は失敗したよ。
Yeah, but she, like, overcharged it, right? that was probably because you didn't really want to control it. But if you really could use it now, maybe you could end this blackout.
でも
You've changed since then, Akane. I know it'll work. I believe in you.
わかった。ちょっと試してみる。
Ugh! Akane took a deep breath and unleashed her power on the flashlight. It worked! There was an instant of electric noise, and then the flashlight flickered back on. It worked?
みたい。
Oh!
こんなに細かい制御ができたの初めて。
That's my girlfriend!
なんかさっきすごい光が見えたけど、何かあったの？ってなんで懐中電灯がついてるのよ。
Oh, well, actually, I told Micah about what Akane had done.
じゃあ、茜の人力を使えば停電を復旧させることができるかもしれないわけね。
I was thinking so too. Yeah, maybe. I think she really can help. When I said that, Akane started to look
本
embarrassed.
当に使っていいのかな。
Of course, you want to help the people here too, right? You said it yourself.
今のは偶然成功したけど、もう一回成功するかはわからない。もし失敗してこれ以上町の人たちに迷惑をかけたら。
It's not like you're gonna kill them if it messes up, I think. Akane, I believe your Jinriki can help people. It's okay. I know you'll do it. Your Jinriki can protect us all. I believe it. So do it. I use my words to give her courage. I truly believe that Akane's powers could do more than just cause problems.
そう。わかった。私やってみる。
Raising her face, she stood resolutely. Once, a huge electric pylon had stood on these grounds. It had been removed when the grounds had been rebuilt, but there were still traces of it in the courtyard. There was no better place for this electrical goddess, Akane, to use her power. Micah had gone to check on the shopping street, and Inori had gone to her boss. So right now, we were alone. Already?
大丈夫。いつでも OK。
Okay. Right. Let's start. Akane put her hand on the pylon's remains, closed her eyes, then reopened them. Breathe in, breathe out. Hoof! This time, when Akane released her power, there was a much brighter flash than before. Nothing happened though. At the same time, the air was filled with an overwhelming power, like the embodiment of raw, natural power. So this is what Akane can do? Choom! Fuck, no! It turned on for a second and now it's off! Great cracking bolts of electricity illuminated the darkness around Akane.
全然制御できない。
Try it again. You'll get the hang of it eventually. The electricity surrounding her danced wildly, ignoring her attempts to control it. If it went on like this, I could see that she might totally lose control. Now that she'd actually been taken hold of the power, I couldn't bear the thought of her failing now. You can't let that happen! I held her from behind. While she's like trying to control electricity, we're just gonna hug her from behind. Brilliant plan. As if to support her.
そう。ダメ。危ないからこっちに来ないで。
I trust you. It's okay. I know that your power is here to protect the people of Kanagi. I assured her, holding her body close. Don't hold back. Just do what you know you can. I know that you can do this. I couldn't do much, but I had more faith in Akane than anyone.
まったく。それってすごい無茶ぶり。けど、ショウがそこまで期待してくれてるなら、答えないとね。
The tension seemed to melt from her body, and the anxious tone in her voice softened. The The electricity flying around Akane suddenly came together and grew even brighter, gathering close to her.
見ててよ、ショー。荒神だって人の役に立てるってところを。
Show it to me! Show it to me, Akane! Whoosh! When Akane called out to me, the light exploded and the world came to an end. Gah! It was so bright, I couldn't open my eyes for a while, and now we're completely blind. When it seemed the light had died down, I opened my eyes and saw that the lights were on in Tsubaki. You did it, Akane! That's my freaking girlfriend. I'm proud of you, girl. The power is back on. Woo!
やっ
Yeah, yatta!
どうしたけどちょっと疲れた
Oh, you deserve a real long nap, Akane. I grabbed the wobbling Akane and patted her head. Good job. Thank you.
私みんなの役に立てたかな
Yeah, you did it. Yeah, it was beautiful. Like a true goddess.
そっか私も神様らしいことができたんだ
Yeah, you are, girl. You are a goddess, and guess what? I'm dating her. I told you, didn't I? Your powers can help everyone.
私の人力にも意味があったんだ
As if checking her own power, Akane clenched her hands at her chest.
この力は誰かの役に立てる荒神である私も人の役に立てるんだ
Akane, murmuring in my arms, suddenly looked relieved, as if a darkness had been lifted from
そ
her.
う私は荒神のままでいいんだよね
Of course. Of course it is. You're a wonderful goddess. You should be proud of who you are. As long as you're Akane, I don't give a shit what you are, okay?
そうだね私はこれからも荒神でいるよ
So it really seems like Aragami is just something she can't change about herself. It's just something will always be part of her. But she can choose to sort of be a good, helpful Aragami, right? I guess that's what it comes down to?
だからこれからも迷惑かけるかもしれないけどよろしくね
See, the thing is, you can cause trouble every now and again as long as you make up for it as well, right? And she made up for it now, so it's okay if you cause problems here and there occasionally. Oh god. Why is this music so sad? Oh! It lights up in the back. Beautiful. That's it? The fuck? We did it. I guess. So that's the Akane route? Okay. That felt kind of abrupt. What about her becoming an idol and stuff? What about that stuff? Eventually, it turned out that the cause of the blackout had been electrical instability resulting from chronic power shortages. Okay, so that's... I was wondering, like, what... That blackout seems so freaking random. The blackouts Akane had been causing had actually been keeping the larger problem at bay. Once the problem was known, Kanagi started running planned rolling blackouts to deal with the shortages. As for Akane, since she solved the major blackout, she hadn't caused any more small ones. She was able to finish rehab without fear of being demoted to a spirit, and without fear of getting Tsubaki apartments demolished. Aww. We were sitting on the veranda one day, just me and my girlfriend, chillin'.
最近は日が暮れるとちょっと肌寒いね
少しずつ冬が近づいてきたってことかな。
That means you gotta change your wardrobe, Akane. You can't dress this seductively in the winter anymore. Yep. I hope it gets here soon.
なんで？寒いと外出るの嫌じゃん。
But the thing about when it's cold, we can actually snuggle with each other, right? Body heat, warm each other up. Really? I'm looking forward to spending all kinds of seasons with you.
あ、
All 4 of them, in fact. I pulled Akane even closer to
う
me.
ん。確かに。それなら早く冬になってほしいかも。
Right? We sat there and watched the evening sky.
星、綺麗だね。
Yeah, they seemed particularly bright tonight. The artificial light of the city was reduced as some parts were in a rolling blackout, so the stars shone through brighter.
なんかさ、ショーと出会ってからあっという間だった。
Really? Yeah, it doesn't feel that long. But I felt she had a point.
最初は構成なんか嫌々だった。でもさ、今は人が生活するのは大変だって知ることができた。そんな風に変われたのが嬉しい。
It all happened because of how hard you tried.
私だけじゃ絶対に構成なんかできなかった。ショーと出会えたから今の私があるんだ。あの日の夜、私はショーに声をかけてもらえて本当に良かった。
I mean, it was kinda hard not to, considering we bumped into each other. You physically forced me to stop.
もしショーと出会えてなかったら、私は変わることができないまま過ごしてた。
But yeah, she has changed and grown a lot.
人の優しさに気がつかないまま、きっと好き勝手に生きて、そして人に迷惑をかけたまま、荒神じゃなくなってた。
And it feels good to have saved her too. I patted Akane as she thought about her past. It doesn't matter. We did meet. What's the use of thinking about what ifs on a night like this, exactly on a beautiful night?
私も想像したくもないしね。
I mean, I'm sitting right next to you, putting my arm around your shoulder, not even using the famed skilled hover hand technique. To be fair, that's only a technique you use with 3D girls that aren't your girlfriends. She touched my hand gently. I wrapped my fingers in hers and squeezed her hand. Akane, are you happy now? Akane's face went blank for an instant, and then she broke out in a broad smile.
そんなの当たり前じゃん。
Akane went on to speak, full of confidence.
町の人たちはみんないい人だし、マイカや祈りも優しい。何より、こうしてショーの恋人でいられるんだから、幸せに決まってる。
Yeah, I'm happy I'm your boyfriend too. I was happy just having her beside me. I was so in love with her. I couldn't imagine life without her anymore.
なんだか不思議だな。少し視点を変えるだけで、今までよりもずっと世界が楽しく見えるようになるなんて。ショーに出会えたから私は変われた。いろんな人と関わって、その人たちの生活を感じて、守りたいって思えるようになった。
And now that you have control of your powers, we can be even happier together.
ショーだから、できたんだよ。私は、人の気持ちを考えるようになった。この世界には、私以外にもたくさんの人がいて、みんながいろんな気持ちを抱いて生活してるんだよね。私は荒神だけど、みんなにちょっとずつ幸せを分けてあげたいな。
You will. You might be an Aragami. But when it comes to caring for people, you're a true goddess.
当然。でも、私の本質は変わらないよ。
Akane the
私は
Aragami.
私のやりたいことをやる。それがショーに迷惑をかけるかもしれないし、誰かのためになるかもしれない。
That's okay, I guess, but I still don't really understand. Like, the part that she was causing trouble to people was the part that was the problem, right? But considering that is not the part that's fixed, what the fuck did we exactly rehabilitate with her? Nothing, right? Oh well, whatever. Isn't that bad for a
い
goddess?
いの。 だって私は荒神だから。
An Aragami! Yeah! The Aragami ending. Alright, well, that is the end of the Akane route. I still don't quite really get everything. They're really, towards the end, sounded really counterintuitive to like what we set out to do. And we never really finished the whole plotline of her wanting to become an idol, right? I thought she would eventually actually become an idol, but at some point that never was brought up anymore. Well, she did mention a couple times that she was still training up until she got sick, and then it was never mentioned ever again. I don't know, like, I've only played one route of LoveKami so far, but compared to the other one, this one, I don't know, it just feels a little bit rushed in terms of story. You know, plot's good, but the actual story plot, I don't know, it seems a little bit rushed. Still enjoyable though to an extent, and we got 2 more routes to go, you know, so I'm really curious, because the common route revolves a lot around Akane as well. So I'm actually curious, like, obviously the very first choice in the game, well, the only choice, is where the routes divide. So I'm really curious about, well, Inori as a character, and especially Mike as a character. We haven't gotten to know her that much at all. It was mainly all about Akane, and then Inori who's trying to sort of put her on the right path, but then Micah's just sort of there. She helps out occasionally, she's a tsundere, and that's all we know about her. But I'll save that route for last, and that's pretty much going to be the approach. So Nori will be the next route, and this will be the end of this video. So thank you guys all so very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. More LoveKami coming very soon. Subscribe, follow, do all that good shit, and I'll see you guys hopefully in the next video. Peace.